Sanchez here in Success Live, and I'm here with a dear friend, Anna Santos. Hi, Anna.
Hi, Brother Bo. How are you?
She does not live here. She lives in Canada. But thank you for coming. And she came from Maldives. Do you see the tan? How's Maldives?
It's good, really good, stunning.
She went with her husband, and so you love each other more now?
I think so.
Maldives, I've not even been there, but anyway, can you give a little background, you're an author.
I would say yes.
Yes, can we show your book?
Yes, this book, it was written by me back in 2013. Well, it wasn't supposed to be
Look at her, look at that.
quite fat. It wasn't supposed to be meant to earn money out of it, because I wrote this one when I was pregnant with my son, the fourth child, and I was depressed.
Oh.
So I was looking for a sort of an outlet to say, my frustrations and everything, because I wanted to, transition from corporate to working from home.
Yeah.
So I was telling my stories, and I find it quite easy to write it down.
That's beautiful.
And it was supposed to be just a journal, but I said, you know what, why not put it in a book? So I'm giving this away to friends, so that's it. But yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Anna has been a member of the Truly Rich Club for many years now, and she tells me that it really changed her life. So I'm very, very excited to hear more details about that transformation. By the way, if you know of somebody who, maybe an OFW, somebody who works abroad, or somebody who is a Filipino but lives in the US or lives in London, lives in Canada, feel free to tell the person, you better listen to this testimony, you better listen to this story, because it will bless your life. And Anna, let's start from the beginning. So, because you're in Canada now, you're doing a lot of entrepreneurship. Filipinos abroad usually are not entrepreneurs. They usually are employees. Nothing wrong with that, okay? Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But the idea is that we want to invite Filipinos to start really becoming entrepreneurs, to think at least in that way. But I want to backtrack a bit. So before the great success that you experience now, who was Anna at the start?
Well, I'm just a typical Filipino woman, aspiring for a better life.
Yes.
Back then, I really wanted to become a doctor.
Oh.
Yes,
Okay.
so that's why I took medical technology, and I graduated back in 1996.
Yes.
And so as I was on my way preparing for medical school,
Yes.
I chanced upon this, job posting. And because I'm the type of person who doesn't like to be idle.
Oh.
So I wanted to do something on the side. And so I chanced upon this job posting. It's Medical Transcription, it says. And I learned at that time that there were only 3 companies in the whole Philippines.
Oh.
So it kind of, I said it was interesting.
Yeah.
And then, so I applied for the job.
Yes.
And then I got accepted the first day.
Oh.
And so that's it. So I dropped the idea of medical school. And then my relatives from Canada, they said, you might want to try to apply.
Okay.
So, which I did.
Yes.
And so I was able to enter Canada, and that's it. So with my family, we immigrated to Canada.
Wow.
Yeah.
And was this like a full-time job? The moment you landed, the job was waiting for you?
Yes, actually, that was the thing was, so when we landed back in 2006, I was afraid that, because many people told me that, it's so hard to land a job.
Yes.
Your background, you have to start from the very bottom.
Yes.
Some of my friends, they were employed by Tim Hortons.
Yes,
you have Tim
yes.
Hortons here, right?
Yes.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
So I was ready for that.
Yeah.
I was really ready for that.
I think Filipinos are ready for anything, just so they could, start something.
Just the thought of me going to Canada is like a huge blessing for me with my family. And so
shout out, by the way, want to say hi to all the Filipinos who are abroad, living abroad, working abroad, so this story is your story. And so we just want to greet you all. Yes, go ahead.
And so it was just a blessing though, because when I came, like 2 weeks after, I got a contract from the States
Wow.
to work from home.
Wow.
Because they probably saw the resume,
Yeah,
because I was,
yeah.
doing the transcription. And at the same time, it was Thursday
Yeah.
when I saw the job posting online, and they
Oh,
called me
gosh.
the next day, and I got hired the
Woo.
following day.
Oh
So
my
I got
gosh.
started immediately after.
And it was, so medical transcription, can you explain a bit just for, some people might like, what's that?
Well, medical transcription is a job where you convert it,
Yes.
pre-recorded file by
Yes.
health professionals to text.
Okay, so it's audio to text.
Yes.
That's basically it. Okay.
It's for the purpose of, insurance claims,
Yes.
legal documents.
But it's very important, like you had a medical background, you
Mhm.
could, studies,
Yes.
you had a medical course, you're able to do it in a much better way.
Yes, it's an advantage though if
Yeah.
you have a medical background, but
Yeah.
anybody can be
Anybody can do it, all right.
Yes, anybody
all right.
can do it. So I landed a job in hospital full time,
Oh, okay.
wages wise, the managers and everybody, everything was really good, like
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
As if I was like, it was, waiting for me to get there.
Wow.
So, and I really loved it. Really,
Wow.
really, really loved it.
Wow. Working full time in a hospital.
Yes.
Okay.
And at the same time working part-time by the doctors because they loved me.
Oh.
They wanted me to take
You're
the
very
jobs.
lovable.
Thank you. So they wanted me to take more jobs from their other affiliations outside of the hospital.
Wow.
So it was really like so much job for me to do.
Beautiful. So you had 2 incomes coming in.
Not actually to 3.
3 incomes.
From the States, and
Oh
then
my
from
gosh.
from 2 of the 13 doctors that I serve,
Woohoo!
and then full-time job from the
That's
hospital
crazy.
itself. So
That's amazing.
yeah, it was really good. I really loved
Yeah.
it. So
And then what happened?
until
Because you could have continued doing that, 3 jobs. And I hear that from Filipinos when I go to the States, Brother boy, 3 jobs, and
it was when I got pregnant with my 4th child. Not quite productive, but 4th. So 4th, but on the 8th month of conception, I had profuse bleeding.
Wow.
And the doctor said that it might have been me or my son who would,
Yeah.
who won't make it.
Wow.
So they had to decide to, give birth.
Yeah.
So I have undergone C-section.
Oh.
And so that was when I started to feel depressed.
Yeah.
I had postpartum depression.
Oh.
I was like really, just the thought of me going back to work after 1 year of maternity leave. By the
Yeah.
way, we have 1 year maternity leave in Canada paid.
Yeah.
So months and months.
But I just want to pause a little. Postpartum syndrome, really depressed, and that's very real.
Mhm.
Some people don't know how real that is. It's like from the outside you look into this new mother and you say, why aren't you happy? You've got a new baby. They don't understand that this is not only psychological, emotional, but even biological.
Mhm.
That there's the hormones and it's crazy. It's a crazy time. How long did it last for you?
I think because when I started to feel like, feeling depressed and not myself anymore, as days go by, as in every day,
Yeah.
as I approach, finishing my maternity leave,
Yeah.
that's when, it ran like for over a year.
Wow.
For over a year. That's why
Oh,
I
gosh.
created a book.
Yeah.
Because I was
yeah.
looking for an outlet just to
Yes.
pour out my emotions
my
and
God.
stuff like that. So, yeah, it was difficult.
Wow.
Really difficult. And so that's when I started to feel like I had to, I was trapped between going
Yeah.
back to work
Yes.
or,
Yeah.
taking care of my child because
Yeah.
I could have lost him.
Yeah.
And it was really a painful experience
Wow.
for me. So I could have gone crazy. I
Wow.
mean, it's really real, painful.
Amazing.
Mhm.
And so, what did you decide on?
Well, it took me years though. I always follow what you were saying because you said, put some timeline if you
Yeah.
wanted to, some sort of, achieve your goals.
Yeah.
So I had a covenant with the Lord. I said, Lord, this is what I really want. My heart desires that I wanted to stay at home with my
Stay
kids.
at home with the kid.
But
Yeah.
I had to also,
Help.
help my husband earn a living, right?
Financially.
So that was really the main dilemma for me.
Yeah.
So it was 2012 when I've given birth to my child, and then 2013 was, by the way, I was already part of the TRC 2010.
Truly Rich Club, yes.
Truly Rich Club. So I was really following you, like all along, every day, receiving emails and everything. That really helped me a lot. My mindset was changed, everything, because of Truly Rich Club. And so 2013, I decided to, had a covenant with the Lord.
Yes.
And come 2000, and I think I was turning 40th on the 2015. I told the Lord, I'm going to Israel, to have some sort of, close encounter with the Lord. That's
She's
what
40. Can you believe that? It's crazy.
No, I'm 41. So we had a tour, 12-day tour, and
Yes.
we had a Catholic priest with us,
Yes.
went with us. So every day he was, celebrating the Mass. I was looking for signs. I said, Lord, give me the sign. But I couldn't find the sign
Yes.
until the last day, 12th day. And this is what the priest said. You won't believe it. He said, why are you being so worried about your retirement, your future, money, and everything like that? He said, you love God through your family. And that struck me. I'm like, really? So I know for a fact that, it was it. It was God was answering my prayer.
That's
that
right.
He wanted me to leave my job.
Woo! Wow. Amazing.
So
there are mothers right now watching us who have the same, they're torn. Mothers are torn. I understand that. I bet mothers who said, no, boy, I'm a career woman, I will always, and that's fine. Bravo. There are some mothers who say, no, boy, I'll drop my job. Just give me a place, like if I can work at home and earn money, I can drop it anytime because this is my commitment, my kids or my home so you're that kind of a woman. You just decided this is it. I really want to leave the full-time job.
But that didn't stop there.
What
I was
happened?
kind of hard-headed because when I returned from Israel to my workplace, I was sick.
Oh.
So my manager was like feeling that I was sick, and I got sick because of Israel. So I was back and forth seeing my doctor, and I was, and I was even brought to MRI because at some point I was having so much headache, and then I couldn't move my jaw.
Oh, wow.
But they couldn't find anything wrong with me.
Wow.
And then until my family doctor told me, are you undergoing some stress? I said, yes.
Yeah.
And then I told her the story. I said, I'm trapped in, between two wonderful things, work and my son.
Yes.
So, and then she said, do it.
Wow.
And then I tendered my resignation, and I did. I finally did it. So I cried for 2 weeks. Because maybe my story was kind of not very common because, as we always hear from other people, they leave job because they don't like the boss.
Yeah.
But mine is different. I love everything about my job.
Wow. That's
Really, I do.
Wonderful.
I really do love my job.
Wow. That's crazy. So 2 weeks of crying.
And then from that moment, I told so it's, I have to face the reality now.
Yeah.
So I left my job. So that would mean no more income for me.
Yep.
Because it was really a good compensation.
Yeah.
Very, very good compensation.
Yes.
So, and again, I follow your advice. Lower your lifestyle.
Yep.
So that's what we did. So we cut down all these unnecessary subscriptions, and
That's right.
I wouldn't buy stuff for myself.
Yep.
I used to buy signature things, not anymore. I just go to Walmart to buy my
That's
top,
good.
my clothes.
Yeah.
Not even, I have sold some stuff
Yeah. Good.
just to make
Yeah.
ends meet.
Yeah.
And so it was really some sort of, I've done some trade-offs.
Yes. Yes.
And, eating out,
Yeah.
my favorite food is Japanese food, is expensive, but I don't eat. So we've made some adjustments.
But you're with your son. And that is
Yes.
the greatest
Yes.
thing.
So I'm able to attend to his excursions. So I'm able to, tell stories now and be present with him.
Absolutely.
And he's happy.
Yeah, I when I talk to mothers, full-time moms, they or those who stay home moms, they tell me that it's those moments when you catch your son or your daughter grow in spurts. And sometimes you see them do things for the very first time, whether it be walking or talking or giggling. I mean, and during those moments, these mothers tell me, I just cry because I'm here, I'm seeing it. Yeah, that's good. And what happened now? So okay, you're happy that you've got a kid, you simplified your lifestyle. But you just came from Maldives now, so I know that something happened from that moment until now. God opened doors for you. What happened?
A lot of things happened. So when I totally gave into God's will for me, I said, okay, Lord, you said I leave my job, and so I did.
Yeah.
And then so I was actually doing my transcription business.
Okay.
And which was really, blessing from the Lord. Because one of the doctors in the hospital that I used to work, he approached me out of the blue. He said, would you want me to give you some more jobs from home? I said, sure.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize it's a huge account, like a lot of clients that I would be dealing with, high profile government agencies like police services, Air Canada, pharmaceuticals,
amazing,
Chrysler Canada, but I have a problem.
Yeah.
I am just by myself.
Yes.
I'm a one-man show, and I couldn't do it on my own. I mean, workload-wise, I couldn't take it. So what I did though is, I remembered telling my colleagues from the Philippines that if I'm gonna be having something for you, I can contact you at any time to help you too.
Wow.
With the same situations that I am, working moms. So
that's what you did.
That's what I did.
Oh God.
So I'm actually dealing with a medical transcription company with 40 transcriptionists who are working from home.
That's wonderful.
So it's also my way of giving back that, I feel them. I mean, they wanted to also stay at home with their kids. So
so you're helping 40 families. Amazing. Amazing. And then?
And so apart from that, so you also said, I always follow you, I told you, the power of multiple income streams.
Yep.
So from that medical transcription business, so I'm able now to also distribute equipment.
Whoa.
So medical transcriptionists use pedals, recorders, microphones, what else? Earphones. So I distribute that as well.
Wow.
I have distributor in the Philippines. I also distribute in India. So I also make use of, leveraging what is existing.
Amazing.
And then,
That's so beautiful. You are so entrepreneurial. Small lesson here. It's opening your eyes to see. Look, there's more. There's another way by which I can earn money here. And I love that. You were just in one business. But what are the other things that I could do that's connected to this? And you found the equipment, and you're distributing to different countries. That's crazy.
And not only that, because when I made my own website, so I have kind of have a background of how to do it. So I also offer that to small businesses around the area.
Oh, wow.
For a maintenance fee.
Woohoo!
So I have and also I also.
So you make websites for small businesses, stores, etc.
Yes.
And maintain that every month, which is fantastic. You don't get paid once, you get paid regularly because you maintain websites. Amazing.
And because I love writing, I also do content writing. I offer that as well.
All right.
So I also get paid for that. So I do that. So if you can visit my website, it's I've done the website. I write the contents. So
what's your website?
Transcribewords.com.
All right.
You can see the services I offer there. I also in the process of because I always get questions from, different people, like how I'm able to do this,
Yeah.
like from scratch.
Yes.
So I always would, offer like 30 to 1 hour coaching for free.
Oh my gosh.
But because I always get some calls and, I always have something on the side too. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing my online course.
Yes, I think you
Evergreen.
should. I think you should. And you can help more people.
Yes.
You're an amazing woman.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. Fantastic. There you have it. You have this woman who, she's just open and she sees opportunities everywhere. She's not afraid. You're not afraid. You just dive in and try it out. See what happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm sure you've fallen, you've failed here and there,
Mm-hmm.
but you just pick yourself up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Okay, we'd like to answer some questions.
Sure.
This is from Kobe. Can you get a medical transcription job without medical background? What's the answer?
Hi, Kobe. Well, when I first started in 1997,
Yeah.
so you must know my age now, but anyway, so it is required to have a medical background.
Okay.
For the reason being, because this is kind of, very technical,
Yes.
very, medical terms.
I know,
It's
yeah.
very difficult.
Yeah.
When the doctor is talking about the brain,
Yeah.
and if you wouldn't know like what the, the
Okay.
parts of the brain
Okay.
are,
Yeah.
and if you have no clue what we're talking about, then
Yeah.
it's a sin
Yeah.
for transcriptions. But this time I know a lot of schools are offering
Okay.
like 6-month training
Okay.
with certificate
Wow.
from any background.
Oh, wow.
So
So there you have it, Kobe. And to anyone else who's watching and wondering, can I do that? Yep. So Anna says there's some 6-month courses that you can take. And who knows, this might be something that you can do. I do know that this is it's both a growth thing, I know that there's a demand for this, and get some training. This is from Jenny. How did you cope with postpartum depression and the stress of choosing between career and family?
hi Jenny. As I mentioned earlier, I looked for some ways. I mean, I don't want to be a loser for that, concern.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm, being a mom, you have to be a fighter. So what I found is, because I love to write as well, and I'm a very vocal person, I would want to always say what I really feel. So what I did was, I wrote down my emotions, and that's why I wrote this book. But I would give this to friends of mine, because in Canada it's different. It's totally different and difficult. You have, it's not as open as here in the
Yes,
Philippines, where you can
yes.
talk to people outside.
Yeah.
We've been living in our city for 9 years now, and we haven't talked to our neighbors.
Yes.
We don't know our neighbors.
Wow.
We are very private persons,
Yes,
so
that's true.
you have no outlet.
Yeah.
So for me, because even though my husband is there, I could talk to him at any time, at any given time, but
Yeah.
men are different.
Yeah.
When we say something, when you say color red, that's it. But when I say red, it's fuchsia. There's something else. I want something else. I want something specific. So I mean, it's different. So, Jenny, you have to find something where you can, pour out your emotions. It can be, but don't shock too much. I used to do that, but not anymore. That's also part of your, teaching before.
That's right.
That I was addicted to shopping before. Not a good thing.
So there, to all those who are going through some emotional problems, it's always important that you talk. You talk with someone, you communicate. Don't lock yourself in the room. Go out there, find a trusted friend. Somebody that you can share the journey with, and then it won't be happen overnight. Like you'll get over it, but the journey. You need to start the journey together, and you'll be able to get over it. Before you know it, it's like, oh, it's not as bad as before. And then because you've got people around you, you've got good friends around you, can share in that journey. Walter is asking, what other businesses or investments do you have now?
I love that question.
Yes.
I'm excited to say that.
Yes.
So Walter, so I started off with my medical transcription business, where I ventured to different stuff related to that business. So as I said, I have
Equipment,
medical transcription services, I have content writing,
content,
equipment distribution,
Websites.
website and everything, and clerical work. And so I've also ventured, also because of your mentorship, real estate investing
wow, in Canada.
in Canada.
Woohoo!
I could remember when I attended your live webinar,
Yeah.
2010. You were talking about real estate, so we were kind of fired up at that point,
Yeah,
and we were supposed to actually build our first apartment building at that time. But you said, just have something where you live. So that's why
Yeah.
we transferred the money here. I'm in Canada, and so that's
so you
why-
wanted to do it here, even
Yes.
while you were living in Canada, you wanted to do the real estate thing
And I
here.
followed your advice.
Yeah.
You said, don't do it where it's
Far
difficult to
away,
money.
yeah.
So we didn't do that. So we transferred, and that's when we first bought our first rental property at that time.
Wow.
2011.
Woohoo! That's amazing.
And then 2015 we bought another one. Now valued at $1 million.
Woohoo!
Those two properties, and then just recently in January we bought another apartment building
Amazing.
because we have amassed, the equity,
For the down payment,
down payment,
etc.
everything. So
That's crazy.
yes.
That's beautiful. That business, real estate, especially in North America, I see a lot. I meet a lot of people who are doing that, and it takes a while. Where you start with one property only, you have enough money for the down payment, and then hopefully the rental income will pay for the monthly amortization.
Yes.
Hopefully with some spread. And then after that, after a few years, you get another one, and then you
Yes.
get another one,
Yes.
and then later on, like 10 years down the road, it's like a snowball,
Yes.
because all of a sudden you've got many properties, and it's
Mhm.
just so. Congratulations!
Thank you.
Woo! Amazing woman, huh? So
And of course, you're I have account with Call Financial from 2010 to this point,
woohoo!
and then also we just
Stock market.
mhm.
So even if she's living in Canada, she's investing
Yeah.
in the Philippines, and we're encouraging all OFWs, all Filipinos from all over the world. If you're living there, why not invest in the Philippines? Of course, you can invest in the stock market in Canada, in the U.S., wherever you are. You can do that, no problem, and I think that's okay. You do it, but invest in the Philippine stock market because number one, you want to help your country, and number two, the stock market here will grow much faster than other countries. I'll tell you why. We're coming from the bottom. So, Canada's already here, the US is already here. So it will grow, yes, but imagine the Philippines is here. We're at the bottom. So this is gonna just go higher,
Mhm.
faster. So that's the second reason why you need to invest in the stock market. We'd love to help you. I mean, if you don't know how to do it, we offer guidance, how to invest, what to invest in. Go to www.trulyrichclub.com, sign up as a member, and we'd love to help you. We'd love to guide you on what stocks to buy, what stocks to sell month per month. And you've been a member for all this time, since 2010. My gosh.
So 8 years now.
8 years. So we'd love to see success stories like Anna, and hopefully one day I interview you here, that you've grown and you're in your finances. That's amazing. This is the last question, Francine. When will you decide to come home for good? You don't know.
Well, I think when you say for good, is it like not coming back to Canada?
Maybe that won't happen.
I
You'll
don't
always
think
be
so,
going back.
because my family is there.
That's right.
And I don't think the children will come with us.
Mm.
Maybe I'll go there to take care of my grandchildren.
Uh-huh.
Go back here when it's winter time. Some sort of things like that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't say for
They,
sure.
they call them. They call that snowbirds. Huh?
Yeah, 6 months here, 6 months there probably. That's it. But for good, I don't think so.
That's fun. We're going to Truly Rich Club members. We're gonna have another show. It's called Success Code, exclusively for you. I'm going to be talking to Anna specifically about the life of a Filipino migrant, the life of a Filipino living abroad. So we're going to talk about that in success goal. You know, just she will give you some tips, some strategies on how to, you know, manage your finances, how to find ways of earning, and that'll be a great show. So please watch that. That's 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, and it will be available for the next 4 days. So that's for Truly Rich Club members only, and that'll be fun. That'll be a fun show. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
We're going to pray for you. I'm going to be praying for you now in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Father in heaven, thank you for blessing every person watching this video, and thank you that you're going to prosper them and the work of their hands so that they can continue to prosper others. In Jesus' name, amen and amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yay! God bless you. Truly Rich Club members, see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning. And for the rest of you, I will see you next week for Success Live. God bless you. Thank you. Yay.